Hi guys and welcome back to another video on the swing review of the annual, and this is going to be with my Hayapa and the TNA heavyweight championship match between Joe Hendry and Trick Williams is going to be one of the most historic matches in years. But before we get into the video, I would just like to say I recorded my Raw review last night for you guys to tune in. I've also recorded a load of other videos and to bring back to my favourite wrestlers series where I talk about wrestlers past and present and some of the influences I've had in my fandom of professional wrestling. But yeah, to kick off this video, the reason why I think it's one of the most historic matches, and at least to the last 15 to maybe 16 years of the entire company, is obviously that WWE a couple of years ago, like a couple of years ago, started into a partnership with TNA to be basically do also for opportunities with mostly the NXT brand, but you had Joe Hendry as a mystery opponent for Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31. That went over well. It was a good viral moment for the company. As Triple H has said, 'cause there's more emphasis on viral moments. But yeah, but just to put you in the picture, guys, the reason why this is so historic is because in the mid in the 2010s late north east DNA started to build a bit of a cult for Owen. They brought over big names like Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, Matt Hardy, Mr. Anderson, in, um, um, who was um, who was Mr. Kennedy in WWE. They brought over they brought over guys like Elijah Burke, who sold under the name D'Angelo Dinero and TNA. They brought in um they brought in my Knox as part of the A season 8 action. They brought in the Labour Boys as well. They brought in a whole host of different names, but um, but essentially the WWE never acknowledged them by name under the stewardship of Vince McMahon. It was all it was almost as though names like um, Rob Van Dam, etc. had disappeared off the face of the earth, and essentially it just became stupid as a hardcore viewer of products, and I even prefer um TNA for much of the 20 ends. I enjoyed the beer on his split. I enjoyed Um, I enjoyed a lot of the season 8 storyline. People were up to the pit. I shout at me for back in the day on Facebook. Look, well, it's not very well recognised for all people or storyline amongst wrestling enthusiasts, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a good 98% of that storyline, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there's been a lot of crossover in terms of talents defecting the promotion over the years, and it's only in the last couple of years the WWE have acknowledged um, TNA and the lineage of their title belts, be it the X Division title, the TNA Heavyweight title, the Knockouts title, and it's since the partnership that started in 2022 when Mickey James became part of the Women's Rumble. She still held the TNA Knockouts Championship at that point. She had a couple of stints in WWE as well. So yeah, so it just seemed a bit daft in the 2010s, but Vince McMahon wouldn't ever acknowledge TNA as an organisation, because if you're a fan like me, you know who you know who you know who TNA are, you know who ROH will well, you know who ROH are slash are, you know who AEW are, you know who New Japan are, you know who they all are basically. And it's just and it was just a kind of awkward thing that they would never mention TNA after our wrestlers jumped back. So essentially, what this match is probably the biggest match that NXT have ever had on the developmental brand for the WWE, and basically it has the two most charismatic guys on the brand. You had Joe Hendry, who came up through the independent scene in Scotland. He's wrestled in various other promotions around the world, etc. He was even part of the ill-fated reboot of the WOS wrestling. That the majority of the talent were picked up by the NXT UK um, brand, which effectively ended WOS as a television product. But basically, this is a historic situation, and I know that they have done a lot of crossover with Usanova for etc. And they've done a lot of crossover with the Knockouts Championship, both of companies. but the TNA World Heavyweight Championship has been held by guys like Angle, a five-time champ. You've had AJ Styles hold to that belt. You've had James Storm, Bobby Roode, Austin and Aries who's held it. I have even had early night hold it as Eli Drake. You've had Rob Van Dam hold it. You've had the both Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy hold it. You've had the names like Bobby Lashley. He hold a couple of times. You've had and you've had Pen hold it. Um, you've you've had a lot of people in WWE hold to that title belt, and it's going to be a historic match because it was only about a decade ago WWE treated all these promotions, and especially TNA like the cheaper professional wrestling. And I think eventually all this crossover stuff will lead to TKO buying out um, um, Anthem Sports, who currently own TNA, and they'll eventually acquire it like they've done after a play, but for the most part, we're getting a cool crossover sort of partnership. And as I've said before, you've had Joe Hendry appearing in WrestleMania against Randy Orton as a mystery opponent, and essentially it was a good viral moment for WWE. TNA got some good exposure as well out of that, and essentially this is like one of the biggest matches in the history of the TNA Championship, as the WWE has a bigger audience. And even though the TNA has, even though the TNA World Heavyweight Championship does have an extensive history, this is the biggest match that it's ever had, because it's going to be appearing on a WWE Pay View, and it's going to be um, and it's going to be defended by Joe Hendry, and um I enjoyed both Joe's on certain trick with Williams's or rap track, and essentially it's going to be one of the best main events of the year, in my opinion. I like both guys. I'm kind of pouring down the middle because Joe Hendry's Scottish, but Trick Williams is also my guy as well. So I'm kinda so I'm kinda hacksawed down the also to speak now of the so hey, I think Joe Hendry will retain the belt. I don't think Trick Williams will eat him for it. I don't think we here. I don't think we're for under long and then the crossover for that to happen. Well, but there's also not much for Trick Williams to win the and right now he's already held all the NXT championships he can hold. He's held the NXT title twice, the NXT North American Championship once, and I think he's held the NXT tag titles as well. So this guy has done pretty much everything he can do. So this is a nice change of pace for him, and the WWE are quite keen on Hendry as well. And yeah, think it'll be a pretty interesting match. You've got a clash of styles, and then there, as I've said, and I think it'll be one of the most entertaining matches in the recent years. Alright guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. It took me 2 attempts to record this because the camera has been a funny, as usual. But yeah, well, like, share and subscribe, and don't leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you all very soon. Peace out and enjoy Saturday night's main event. Enjoy Battle. We'll get around on Sunday and try and enjoy SmackDown on for try and enjoy SmackDown and for Friday, although I expected that to be so hard because SmackDown's kind of fell off the rails a bit. But anyway, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.